I had 5 feet in my kitchen. See that stop sign right there? Yeah. At the bottom. That dog in here and left him.
That's what she said.
They asked my little brother if he could leave him in here, and he said, yeah.
Wow.
I got 7 cats upstairs and 2 other dogs that belong to me. But this is not good. This is my bedroom. That's my refrigerator laying there on the floor. You can step on over here. Might get a better look there. I don't know. Can you see what you were like, can't you? Yep. Yeah. I never really see that entertainment. I mean, that old entertainment center.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else in here you see the way it is, and the rest of the house. I had a bird cage sitting on there with my bird in it. That thing never moved. The water got that close to my bird. He was up in the top of the cage, and I saved him somehow. Oh yeah, man.
Wow, you saved him.
Yeah. There was a cat laid on top of the cage, and he was up here like this when I come down, holding on.
Wow.
You can get through the kitchen there, a little obstacle course, but it ain't bad. Step up in that chair, step on that other thing.
We can probably zoom in. Here, let me just get out of his.
Come on, boy, get on out of here. I don't even know that dog. I fed him a couple cans of cat food, and now he loves me.
No. Did he? He's probably starving.
Yeah, he probably would.
Poor thing. What's your name, sir? I just want to.
John Mitchell. This is Galen Williams' house, so maybe you want to put that down there.
So, is your dad alive still?
Yeah, he's in the hospital over in Beckley.
He's very bad, so he'll be taking care of everything.
But he wasn't injured in the floods?
No.
Okay, he was just sick.
He's been in the hospital for 6 or 8
Okay,
months.
okay. John Mitchell?
He never come out.
Mitchelo?
Right.
Okay.
Now, the main worst of it's in there in the kitchen and the bathroom. My washing machine is in the tub, and everything in the kitchen you can see is total
I mean,
trash.
it's just incredible what water can do.
And there's nothing, I mean, I don't know what to
Well,
do.
he had his truck sitting out here and it floated away.
I set my truck uptown in the parking lot, and it got flooded. It's history, it ain't no good. And I just bought it.
So what, I mean, like, when you first, heard that it was going to storm.
I was over in Daynees working. And
Okay.
I called over here, and when my client called over here and found out that 60 was blocked, water was coming across it. And I knew that 20 would be blocked too. So I would have to come and go across Sims Mountain in order to get back into Rainelle. So I left work early and come across Sims Mountain and still almost didn't make it. Until time I got over here in my front yard, the water was about that deep up on my wheels on my truck. And then it just kept coming up and up and up and up, and before you knew it, there I was. And we stayed upstairs, me and my brother, and like I said, the water got 5 foot deep right there in that kitchen, as you can see. And next morning, the water dropped down to about right here, and they come by in rowboats, and well, I had to go to the bathroom, so I went with them.
So so you were actually rescued?
Well, yeah, they come and asked me if I wanted to go. I said, yeah, I don't want to walk out of here. Well, the water would have actually been probably over my head out there. But in here, it was still up to here when they come and got me. And my little brother, he stayed upstairs. He didn't want to come out. He's still up there.
Wow.
I mean, I've never seen nothing like this. It's been a foot or so in here over the years, but 5 feet, we have nothing. It's done. I don't know what to do now. Cleaning it up is out of the question, I think. I can't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like, where do you even start when you look at it, When was the first time you got to come back in the house and, like, see everything? Was it?
Well, I never left.
Okay.
He was here.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I stayed that Thursday night when it all started.
When did it finally, the water was completely gone and you could kind of see?
That was yesterday morning. It all went down, and I was able to walk down the street here dry yesterday morning.
So you went through 2 days of this.
Right. Thursday evening is when it all raised up, and then all day Friday you couldn't get out, and then Saturday morning you could get out. But the water was still down here below, but I could get up Main Street. I mean, there's still some water going down here, down these side streets where you can't go.
I was just noticing, even across the street, there's still water in that one front yard. I mean,
All the
it's
way down.
incredible.
And I believe
All
it
the way
said
down it is.
like 24 people right here in Rainelle died, and they still got like
And
20
missing.
missing. I know
Yeah.
a couple older gentlemen in wheelchairs that drowned it in their house.
Is that
Nobody went
who
and got
one
it.
of them was?
Yeah, the preacher
Oh, I didn't know. who
man
that-
lives right down
I
here.
didn't
I
know
think on
who none
11th
of them
Street.
were. They haven't gave any names out on the radio.
There
We
was-
haven't
there was a
gotten
few
any
of 'em.
names at our news station either. Well, because what's happening is when they find someone, we're going to try to help you as much as
you
we can.
staying?
It won't take me long. I'll move. a
We,
few things.
Oh,
just,
wow.
yes, we'll always.
So this is your.
My kitchen. We'll step right through there. You can see in the bathroom. You see my washing machine in the bathtub. Terrible. Be careful. That's ungodly, I tell you. I can't believe it. I still don't believe it. And I see it, but I don't believe it. I can't believe that cabinet's still standing.
I mean, it's an awful situation, and I mean, has it started to sink in yet?
Just barely. I'm at a loss. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no idea. There ain't much I can do, I don't think. I'm just gonna let it go, I guess. I really don't know.
So first, let me just have you say and spell your name for me.
Robbie Baglin, B-A-G-L-I-N.
So, how long did you say you lived here?
Right at 4 years.
So, just kind of run me through the time of events. You know, it started raining, started flooding, water started getting, just kind of run me through that.
About a block away from here, water started rising and then started receding, and then the sewer system couldn't keep up with drainage. But within an hour, water started just running into the homes from a block away from here, and it just kept rising. It was just very quick. I mean, I would say within an hour and a half, 2 hours, it was out of control. I mean, it's not, I've never seen anything like it.
And you and your neighbor tried to wait it out for a little bit, but
I was trying to help my neighbor out, but his legs are bad. And to wade through the water, I didn't think he could do it, and he didn't think he could, so we waited out. And so we were in the water for 5.5 hours until a rescue boat came and got us.
so, you actually said for one point you were yelling for help. Is that?
We did, but the fire department, there was so much going on down the street that they couldn't hear us. So we kept using flashlights and everything, finally got attention when they came in and got us. But yeah, it was a pretty scary thing.
Yeah, I mean, describe how. I mean, personally, I've never had to be like rescued. I mean, what is that like? You know?
It's a scary situation because you don't know how long you're going to be there and for what time until somebody comes and gets you. I've never been through it before. I've lived through a hurricane before and never experienced flooding like this for myself. Other people may have, but myself no. But yeah, it was a very scary situation. I mean, it's hard to imagine because you have animals here and animals across the street, and you're trying to go back and forth, make sure they're okay and up and everything, and you're wading through water and trying to keep from falling, and everything is just floating around, and you're trying to get away from the sofa or chairs, and it's an impossible situation.
Yeah, just kind of describe, and we can walk around and we'll just follow you. Just kind of describe like what it looked like in here as you were walking through, you know, trying to.
Well, the sofa and it was started to move away from the windows. The dining room table and chairs just started just moving about. Things started falling, and the refrigerator was completely full, freezer full, and it just picked it up and just sat right on its back. In the bedroom, my children was just floating around. Just debris, everything was floating around to where you couldn't really walk, and you're trying to push it out of the way in order to get where you need to go. So it was pretty hard.
So what's, I mean, thankfully you have friends and family here helping you, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, kind of explain what's going on now. What are you guys?
Trying to get the soap out of here, but with it being leather and it's just waterlogged, it's just so heavy that you can't get it out, so they're just going to have to tear it apart. And it's just...
So let's kind of just walk outside for a minute.
Sure.
Carter, make sure you get the floor.
I mean, just... Well, I mean, it's just...
it's actually, it seems like there's still water in here, still, you know? I mean, it's...
Yeah, there are. There's water everywhere. I mean, the mud and the water, I mean...
I've never seen so much mud in my life. I mean, it's insane.
Well, at one point the water was pretty clear, but then all of a sudden it started getting muddy, and that's when we noticed the water was really rising and it just took off. Trying to get everything to the door.
Right.
My brother, my mother. That's the thing.
Hi, thank you guys so much. We're trying to, the more stories we can tell, the more help will come. We're trying to get FEMA to get here now.
Somebody told me that this was the worst flood they've had around here in 100 years.
I believe it. I think it's the worst we've seen, yeah.
And based on what I could get off the radio, they said Rainelle took the one.
Oh, absolutely. In Greenbrier County, there were 16 deaths out of the 24 so far. So this was the highest death toll area. It was incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the water level was halfway at the bottom pane.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, would you say that it was like over your head, or how deep
No,
was this water?
it ended up, it was about up to here in my home in Davidson across the street.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine the scene of like things floating around, and you know, it's.
Well, there was debris, there was oil tanks and stuff floating around from people. Everything was floating.
So what's some of the stuff out here that you're? I mean, is this all?
It's just pieces that trying to. There are pieces I can sound, some pieces. You know, we just start setting things everywhere to fit where it's going with us.
Anything that you know you lost that really meant a lot, or you know, anything that you keep thinking about, like?
Sentimental things like I used to take care of AIDS patients with hospice. I would get gifts and things from the doctors and the hospice nurses, things like that I lost. That was really the hardest. I mean, it's bad enough to lose your furniture and things, but there's so many stories because I traveled, and had a business for over 13 years. But it's just the little things like that was the worst.
Yeah, maybe gifts, or when somebody gives you something, it means so much more than buying a sofa.
Right. I mean, when they say this is a thank you for doing this for me, it means a lot more than just the stuff you buy for yourself.
Yeah. Did you know anybody who was found after the floods, or?
No.
That's good at least.
No.
I mean.
No, just one day prior to here, my neighbor passed away from cancer, but other than that, not from the flood.
Yeah. So, anything else that you want to put out there or tell people across the nation that are talking about West Virginia right now?
We sure could use all the help we can get. Seriously, I mean, this is just, it's unreal. A lot of good people losing things. It just, it's harder for some than others. But yeah, the help is the most important thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first day we've been able to actually get down here because so many of the roads have been closed. There's been rock slides. It's just been a mess. But I mean, seeing the videos and pictures and then coming here, it's like,
Yeah, you see it on TV, but when you actually see it live and what people are actually having to do within a day's time just to have the stuff all the way, it's really hard. You know, you can never get enough help when it comes to that part, you know, but, and then the rebuilding's going to take time. It's just something everybody's going to have to go through.
cats will find a way to survive. Yeah, no, my dog all he knows is where.
Okay. This chart here, this one.
Do you guys have? And you said you own a business, but right now, I mean, you seem like a person that just can't sit still, I guess, right?
Yeah. I own a mountain surf paddle sports, so I do stand-up paddleboard rentals and instruction on Summersville Lake. But the lake's flooded and people need help, so I can't work, so I might as well help out.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, talk a little bit about the disaster relief and things that you've done in the past.
Yeah, I have some experience with American Red Cross disaster relief. I was down in Mississippi during Katrina, and I'm big in the river community, just with rafting, so swiftwater rescue and outdoor emergency care and wilderness first responder. So there's a lot of other people like me who have been helping out, in rafts, getting people out of houses, things like that. So the outdoor river community really came together big on helping people get out of houses.
Yeah. Are you from West Virginia, or have you lived here for a while?
I moved here in 2010.
Okay, so you've been here a while. I mean, what is it like to see such devastation and then a few days later see this response,
Yeah, it's incredible. It's amazing how much people pull together when things like this happen, and people lost everything, and there's just random strangers they've never met before helping them out, and it helps people a lot just knowing that they have people to support them even if they don't have family in the area.
Right, definitely. I mean, I saw the first time I saw you, you were just tending to a woman who just had a cut on her foot. I mean, what are some of the stories that you've heard from people coming in and out of what they've experienced the past few days?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who spent the night like up in their attics. There's a couple we rescued in a raft that actually spent the night hanging on to a dugout because the current was so strong and they couldn't get anywhere that they literally just held on to a dugout the whole night. just to stay alive. So just really heartbreaking stories, people losing everything, climbing up into their attic to live and just bunker down for the night. Yeah, it was really devastating.
Yeah. So what's next for you? When do you think your business will be able to go again? I mean, is it just kind of you're waiting?
Yeah, just waiting. I mean, once the lake gets down to normal levels and they start opening up some accesses more, like I can start up again. But if there's still help needed, I'll be helping.